Hi everyone, I am Jasmine and you are listening to DNM with Jasmine Season 2, a podcast where I have deep and meaningful conversations with myself and my guests. So today is a Valentine's special episode and I have named it Hamaari Adhuri Kahaani because of the guests that I have for this episode. Now, before I invite and introduce this beautiful 26-year-old sailor who is an incredible musician, I have a backstory to tell. When I was in kindergarten, I made friends with this cute little boy who was my crayon partner because we would sit together and color all day long. He was my best friend growing up, and I enjoyed dancing and singing with him. But a few years later, he changed schools, and I thought I would never see him again. But I was wrong. I too changed schools a couple of years later, and I saw him on my first day at this new school. And he hadn't changed at all, and neither did I. But things had. We weren't sitting together and coloring anymore, and he was this popular guy who didn't really hang out with me. Then I changed schools again. And then college happened, life happened, but I never forgot my first crush. After I graduated med school, a friend of mine posted a picture of me congratulating me on Instagram, and under that picture was a comment. It was him. And I read that comment with the biggest smile on my face. And it said, "Hey, I know her. That's my friend from school. That's Jasleen." And I said to myself, "That's Jasleen? He doesn't even remember my name." And that broke my heart. But fortunately, I have him with me today on my podcast. So, welcome to DNM with Jasmine Sagar.
Oh my God. I mean,
Hi, Sagar. How's life, Sagar?
it's not Sagar, and I'm sorry if things turned south for you. Oh my God, we have not even started the podcast, and I'm already blushing and I'm all red. I wasn't expecting this
Okay.
at all. I mean,
Hold that thought. Welcome to DNM with Jasmine Salil. Tell us about yourself.
okay, so I'm gonna start off by saying that I come from a scholar background. Everyone in my family has a PhD doctoral degree with themselves. They all are professors, very fancy, unique jobs they had. My grandparents were also scholars. They taught in Punjab University. And my nani was a political science teacher. My nanu was a Russian language teacher, which was a very fancy thing that time, like how people are obsessed with French right now and German. The whole Bakshi Parivar and was very scholastic approach to everything, and I always felt that I'm thoda sa out of the box because so the expectations in terms of academics, I wouldn't say it was too much. There wasn't pressure, but they wanted me to be perfect in what I am doing. So I don't know if my parents noticed during that time. It was really hard for me for my first school to survive. Like I was the defaulter in all kinds. No one wanted to talk to me, and I used to come under the naughty kid section. And I remember when teachers used to say that I am appointing you as the monitor. If anyone talks, you write their name on the board, and automatically the first name would be Salil Bakshi, even though I am sleeping in the class. Or let's punish him or something like that. So I don't know. Starting was very weird for me, and I was too small. But I now I think of it, it was a very sad state for me. उस time पे तो नहीं पता चलता, you're
Yeah.
full of life, and whatever happens, you're still happy, and you don't overthink about anything. But the game changer was the second school I shifted to. Oh my God. I mean, I was a whole different person. altogether. And maybe the school was new, because of which the principal and the teachers were trying their, they were investing
Yeah.
a lot of time in the students. That's how I think the thing changed for me. And the school offered amazing co-curricular activities. Like, I am very thankful to my school for what I am right now today. It was spectacular in terms of bringing up with a personality, right?
I hear that there were struggles in the beginning, but then when the school changed, you thrived. Tell me about this creative side and how has that helped you in becoming the person that you are today?
Yep. So our school used to conduct a lot of debate competitions and speeches and theater. That was something which was a very fancy thing. They had a whole team altogether which used to come from Bombay to the school to teach
Yes.
students theater. And we used to take part in various activities. And somehow they always made me General Dyer because of my complexion.
I was in the same school. I remember. I
Yeah.
remember. We were together in the drama club. We were together in the music competitions. It's very important that you get in touch with your creative side at that age, that which we were in. And I'm really sorry, but you made the perfect General Dyer. I mean, seriously, nobody could say grow indigo better than you could. I think you still did a great job, Salil. But tell me more. Tell me more. Okay. Was it everything that was inspiring you, or you had a knack for just one particular thing?
I think I try to give my best in everything. I remember that moment when we too went to an old age home and we performed for a few people at the
Yes.
old age home. I remember that we went somewhere
Hmm.
in Chandigarh only.
Yes.
And I remember you are super good with the elders. Let me say this. I remember this one thing that you are very amazing with, not just people from the elderly, but everyone. I think you talk to everyone in a very, very polite and a nice way. And I think it is very important skill that you have, because everyone is going through shit some way or the other. I mean, someone has a financial issue, someone has a physical issue, someone has a parental anything. Like, we all have problems. And you know we all need at least one person in our life who can just smile and talk to you and not be, oh, why is this thing happening to you, or why did you do this, मैंने तो बोला ही था ये नहीं करना वो नहीं करना. But then
Right.
the way you talk, you don't judge. And I mean, I'm glad I'm your friend. So,
Thank you. You're
because
too kind, Salil. You're too kind. Thank you.
your skill is amazing when it comes to dealing with people. So yeah, coming
Yeah.
back to the question,
Hmm.
I think my biggest game changer was when our music teacher changed and I picked up a guitar. And I would like to say his name because I'm still in touch with him and I'm sure he's going to listen to this audio. So, Ronald, sir, thank you for being in my life. He was so passionate with music. He wasn't doing this just for the job. Like, he was a scholar himself, teaching kids because he used to love music. And we hardly see such people in our life that
Hmm.
are doing something else because it gives them joy. So
Hmm.
I think that was the time when music took off for me. And I was I was trying to play the guitar. I was trying to improve. Abhas was um, with us as well. He was a good guitarist. And Rishabh Kaushal, we all know that he's a great singer. So I think the magic happened when I met दो तीन और लोग from the school itself who became my friends पहले and then band members. Because bonding was way different, and that was the formation of my band, which was called Red Less Blood. I know it sounds very funny and
Okay.
immature, but then that time it gave us the rush. Yeah, yes, red less blood, a blood without hemoglobin. Yeah, it's a ghost blood, or anything, anything of that sort. So we worked extremely hard to make a band for ourselves,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
everyone contributed like crazy. One bought his first drum kit. The guitarists bought their first electric guitar. The singer bought his
Wow.
mic, and
Hmm.
That's how we got to know that yes, this thing is happening now and we are pretty serious about it. Although our skill set
Hmm.
wasn't, up to the mark, but we were giving our best at that time. Back in 2010, we were competing with people who were from college and we were winning
Wow.
those competitions. Like we were first.
But what's interesting for me to know is how teachers and mentors have impacted your life, and this acknowledgement that something new that you were doing, the music, the band that you started, but you were driven and you were passionate, and the right kind of people were there to support you. And it's that you had to keep on going, the hard work that you put in. And kudos to you and the entire band. I'm very proud of you, Salil. I had no idea that after I'd left school, you became even more popular than you actually were at that time. So, how do you balance this creative life of yours, this creative side of yours, with the profession that you are in?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer your first question,
Hmm.
which asks what gives us the courage.
Hmm.
Um, Firstly, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but our Indian education system, I don't know about now because I don't have kids and I don't have any kids going to school right now, so I don't know what is the current scenario. But then back in the day, people had this habit of comparing an apple to an orange to a guava to a kiwi to a banana or whatever. You know, we all have very different skill sets in life, and I think it's where we fail that we judge too soon. That why are you doing music? Your maths is suffering, your English is suffering, your social sciences is suffering, or all sorts of things. But I think in our school, the major thing what our principal you know gave this ethic to all teachers, and the principal had this thing in herself that we have to support them. I hardly remember any teacher mocking us in the school that तुम तो बेटा गिटार ही बजाना बस जिंदगी भर तुम्हारे से कुछ नहीं होगा. I mean, we never had such teachers, and I'm very thankful for that experience. Even when it comes to my parents were a huge support that time. I don't think any parent would invest thousands and thousands of rupees on on an average kid who's trying to make a band. Like I remember our instruments were way more expensive than the guys who were in college, you know so this happens both ways. In your house and in your school, people have to support you, otherwise you're going down. Otherwise you need a very strong willpower to fight all these things. I was very fortunate to have very very cool parents who who loved investing in me, whether it was academics or it was co-curricular. I was so 100% sure I'm going to leave everything and I'll be a musician. And I still carry that dream, though it's never too late.
Hmm.
So coming back to the second question, what I am doing right now, I am a merchant marine engineer. So I graduated as a mechanical engineer. Thereafter, I did an 8-month course to convert my mechanical into a marine engineering degree. So basically, I have two engineering degrees with me now. And I've been working with a Hong Kong-based shipping company. So quite fancy job, and it pays good. And the best part is, when you come back home, you're totally free. No one is there to bother you. So
Yeah.
you can get back to all the obsessions and all the passions you have in the life. That's what makes my job so beautiful. That they keep me busy for half the year, but when I'm home, I am 100% home. Like,
Yes, and I'm very, very proud of you, Salil. You're balancing a professional side that has nothing to do with your passion very well with your passion. And I want to know, did you feel the pressure of the patriarchal society on you that you need to have a stable job, ये छोड़ दो ये म्यूजिक वगैरह ये सब हॉबी होती है, and a man needs to be working to provide for his family, and passions and everything that can come later, how um, the norms of the society push you towards a corporate lifestyle, and then the creative side, in a way, fades away. So, what has your experience been with this thing?
Thank you for this question, Jasmine. I think it is really important that we address this issue these days because
Hmm.
apparently people think that, you know, men are made of steel. And I mean, I'm sure some people are made of steel, they're super strong and all that, but then no one talks about the emotional side of a man. And, there are times that even we go through a very huge emotional roller coaster in our life, and some of us are not good enough to express it. However, me being someone who's always in touch with friends and family, I am very vocal about my feelings as to whatever I feel. It makes me feel very lightheaded when I tend to share my feelings, even though, there are people who will give you sexist remarks for that, and I've experienced that also in my life. That especially in the merchant navy, because somehow they think that if you're in merchant navy, you have to be a very rough and tough person, and you have to be
Hmm.
extremely emotionally strong, which is true, but that does not mean everyone is designed in the same way. See, in merchant navy also, every year there are 7 to 8 suicide cases on board of experienced seafarers. I'm not even talking about people who just entered the industry. So it is very important that mentally you are extremely fine, and to
Hmm.
be fine, you have to share. If it is not your parents, it has to be a psychiatrist, a psychologist. I haven't spoken to them, honestly. I won't comment on that, but then it is very important to at least share it with anyone: your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mother, your sister, anyone who can provide you that small comfort which you need in your day-to-day life. A man does not has to be an emotionless character where people think I remember watching this Instagram reel where they say that women and animals are loved unconditionally, but men are always loved under condition. Men should cry a lot. They should express. That's how you become stronger. If you had this conversation with me back in 2017, 2018, I was a hopeless person. Trust me, I was not what I am right now. I was in a very sad state and not ready to share with anyone because I thought my life is the best. And when you actually get into the market, and when you start actually, uh, you know, you start a professional life, that is the time you realize that maybe you were not the hero of the movie after all. So it took a toll on me, and I had to get out of it myself. Like, there were people to support me, but then it's at the end of the day, it's you who's going
Yeah.
to make you stronger, no one else.
Wow. Sounded just like a hero to me, Salil. So, yeah, I don't want to say that men should be there for other men. Rather, I would choose to say, as humans, we should be there for each other. And showing your emotions, expressing it, does not make you feminine, does not make you weak. Vulnerability is strength. It's the strongest thing, most courageous thing that you can do. And embracing it the way Salil is right now, it's just remarkable. I am just, Salil, I'm so proud of you. It's been
Thank you so much,
it's
Jasmine.
been amazing to have you on this podcast, and I've learned so much through this episode. And we're just nearing towards the end of the episode now. And I have a small little request. Since this is a Valentine's Day special episode, and I have you, my first crush, मेरा पहला प्यार जो अधूरा रह गया था रफ अब्बी, आज वो मेरे साथ है. So can you please sing a song for me? I mean, it's a request, please. And can it please be a romantic song?
Definitely, definitely. I've been caught up with
Yes.
with some exams, so I'm sorry if I sound a little rusty because I've been out of practice, but I will give my 100% to make you entertained tonight.
That's what he said. Okay. Okay.
So this song is dedicated to you, Jasmine, for being a very good friend, a very good support system in my life, and thank you so much. This podcast has been full of surprises tonight, and this song is for my crayon partner.
You better remember my name now, okay?
One, two, three, four. Well, you don't know me, you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks, and I'm trying to get back. Before the cool all ran out, I'll be giving it my best. There's nothing gonna stop me but the wine interventions. I reckon it's again my turn. Doing some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans, sit down, you're free. I look into your heart and you find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's a God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours, yours. Thank you, everyone.
So thank you, Salil, once again. And this has been fantastic. All the very best for your future endeavors. Wish you the best. And thank you everyone for listening. I hope this conversation stays with you, and I wish that you find the courage to voice your story. If you like the podcast, do remember to subscribe to the channel, and a link to my website will be down in the description box. A new episode goes live every Friday. So until then, take care and be kind.